Hello, everyone, and you are most welcome here today for Truth Tellin Tuesdays, the first episode. My name is Deirdre Ryan, and I'm a parent coach. I work one on one with parents in Cork City in person, and I also work online. I also host a range of support groups and book clubs and workshops to support parents on their most amazing journey to truly be the parent that they want to be. So, today's truth I'd like to talk about is Mother's Day. Mother's Day was 2 days ago here in Ireland, and it's a day that I find extremely challenging. That is my truth, and that truth is always evolving. And perhaps this time next year, my truth will be radically different. I'll take the learning I have received again from this year, Mother's Day. So the reason I want to share this truth is just so everyone knows there's many different ways of experiencing Mother's Day. There isn't the one where you're getting showered with flowers and gifts and pampered and alone time or getaways or holidays or whatever it is. Um, Whatever story is being shared with you on what does Mother's Day look like. Um, it is not my experience where I'm showered with any kind of gifts or sometimes even acknowledgement of Mother's Day. And for me, that was challenging. A few years ago, it got very difficult for me, again, because those stories and these ideas of what Mother's Day looks like and how mothers are celebrated and cherished and all that, it wasn't my story. And what happens for me is I hear these stories and I'm very sensitive and I take them in. And even though I know their stories, I hear them, I take them in, I compare them with my story. And oftentimes I have made my story the second class citizen. And it's not true. My story is such that I parent alone. I have an incredible 13-year-old. Uh, I love parenting. I'm an amazing parent. Um, those are the truths. But on this particular day, because I'm not uh, meeting up to this expectation created by whatever advertising companies or shops or whoever's selling these stories that women need slippers and candles on Mother's Day, um, somehow it infiltrates me and I feel less than. And again, I know it's not true. And I also know my feelings are valid. So, and I also know feelings aren't facts. So I'm learning to live with the feelings and the truth and the messy middle of all of that. So there have been years where I've just ignored the entire day to the best of my ability. But again, being sensitive and living in a culture and in a society where this day is advertised for quite long amounts of time, it's hard to avoid it completely. And again, even though this year I wasn't engaging with it outwardly, I had created sort of I tried to create a wall or a barrier, to really protect myself from the feelings that I know can arise for me on Mother's Day of feeling unsupported, unloved, inadequate. Again, like my story, second class. There isn't a dad there, like supporting or giving me, I don't know what, flowers or chocolates or encouraging the kid to do that. So yeah, it was another challenging Mother's Day. Everything was fine till the end of the day. I could feel all the feelings bubbling up inside me and just feeling, I've had a lot of sadness. But what I'm taking from it after going through the feelings, and I had a really good cry. I had a really good cry about it and allowed a lot of that stuff to move through. Because sometimes when I put up a wall and say, nope, I'm not celebrating that, I'm trying to protect myself by keeping it out. But the feelings are still there. And so I'm grateful I had a good cry because those feelings were able to come up and out and move through. And then I can learn again, what it is I need, what is I truly need. And it's not that I need to ignore it and create a big wall because I'm going to have feelings, that's the way it is. But I can look at those feelings and really where those feelings are coming from, because I know I'm an amazing mom. I know I'm loved. I know I'm supported. I know my kid absolutely loves me and appreciates me. I know that. I know that. I experience that on a daily basis from them. All right. So that's the one hand. Then I have an internal story from a younger part of me that feels that I'm not good enough, not lovable, not adequate. Right. So that's the one that's really getting hurt in those situations. Right. So I hear the story of what Mother's Day is. I see it's not mine. Mine's not as good as this one. Again, even though I know it's a story, and then those feelings of not being good enough just exploded into something it's really not. So what I've decided for next year is to try a new approach. Like, luckily we have lots of practice. Lots of practice. Every day is a new day. Every year is a new year. And that Mother's Day will come every year. For some of us, twice if you're from a different culture, originally from New York, and American Mother's Day is on a different day. I don't celebrate both. I can hardly get through one. Let's be real. But yeah, so my plan for next year, with great love for myself and my truth and my feelings, is to really acknowledge that and to keep it open and outward, and to really support myself and that part of me, the youngest part of me that feels I'm not lovable or good enough. That's the one that I want to support next year for Mother's Day and every day. I'm not going to wait till Mother's Day, but I know, because I know I'm triggered on that particular day for various reasons. I know how I can support myself now, thanks to being able to feel the feelings, to allow the feelings to come out through the crying, and to be able to share this truth with you and with my friends and my own community as well. So this is the power of the truth. The truth will lead us home. It will lead us to who we truly are, right? Our truth is uniquely our own, and will give us unique next steps for us, right? This experience ended up being a great experience, right? This went from being a horrible experience where I absolutely hated Mother's Day to, wow, I have an opportunity now to love myself deeper and more authentically. And that is my greatest hope for myself, for my child, for every single one of you, for every parent on the planet, for every person on the planet, for every child on the planet. Just know that you are so unique, so incredible, so beautiful, right? And all those experiences and all those feelings, they're going to lead you to the most remarkable place. And that's you. So till next week, may you live deeply and passionately in your truth, and may you follow your truth to your greatest destination, which is you. Lots of love, and I'll see you next week. Bye.